Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Sunstone, and today we're going to be talking about all the furry and the not so furry friends of Coral Island. That's right, I finally get to talk about one of my most favorite things in the whole wide world, and that is animals. On Coral Island, some of the animals are confirmed, while others are much more mysterious. I believe that as we learn more and more about the game, we may even uncover some entirely new species. Please keep in mind that this game is still in development, so essentially everything I say in this video is subject to change. But without further ado, let's first start with a basic overview of the ranching game mechanics before delving into the specific animal types that can live on your farm and are confirmed by Stairway game developers. Ranching and nurturing animals is a big part of the Coral Island experience. On your farm, you will be able to make a living by caring for animals and raising livestock. It has actually in fact been noted by the team that you don't have to grow crops to be successful. You can simply focus on ranching. But before you can purchase livestock from the ranch in the forest, run by Jack and Kenny, you will need to build a coop or a barn to properly house them. You can acquire both of these structures by visiting the carpenter house on the hillside where Joko, Dinda, Archie, and Serja live. I personally think that it's really nice that you first have to demonstrate that you can adequately care for the animals, at least in some respect, before you're actually able to have them on your farm. Because in real life, animals are a significant responsibility. They have their own needs, their own personalities, and their very own feelings. And I think that this is sadly sometimes forgotten, so I'm so happy to see that the developers are really emphasizing this. Of course, you can collect various resources from the animals on your farm. The resources can be sold directly or first processed into artesian goods using special equipment over the span of a few hours or up to several days. So far, the only example of an artesian good that we've been given is honey, which is acquired through the use of bee houses. But other examples of such goods might include cheese, coffee, jams, oils, or fabric. Inspecting an animal will show its age, mood, and a number of hearts with up to a maximum of 5. You can increase their hearts by petting them or through animal-specific interactions, such as milking or shearing. If you forget to feed your animals, this does affect their mood, which then affects their production. So, an upset chicken, for example, won't produce any eggs. We can also harvest ocean kelp while diving, which can then be processed at Ling's lab to hone the quality of the feeds for our livestock. Ranch animals have an indicator to let you know whether they can be pet, sheared, or milked. The heart emote will disappear once the animal has been pet to help you keep track of which animals still need some lovin'. Also, your animals can be left outside during the day and will return inside as the night falls on their own, so you don't have to worry about having any animals on the loose. Now, moving on to specifics, let's take a look at the confirmed barn-dwelling animals. These animals live in a barn and need to be brushed and fed daily to keep their produce flowing. So far, we've seen concept art for both brown cows as well as black and white cows. We've also seen both adult and baby cow designs. From my understanding, in real life, black and white cows typically produce more milk, while brown cows produce less milk but more cream. I'm not sure if this is always true or if it will be reflected in the game, but it's definitely interesting to think about whether there will be a meaningful difference between the two breeds of cow. Regardless, all cows have 4 different potential horn designs, which will be randomly selected when you purchase a cow from the ranch. The idea behind this is to give your cows more identity and to make them more personable, which I think is a really nice touch. Once a cow is an adult, it can become pregnant and give birth to a baby cow. Your cow will not produce milk during the pregnancy, and the baby cow cannot produce milk until they are mature. I don't think any other baby animals have been 100% confirmed yet. However, I would imagine that a similar circle of life type process would be included for other species. I mean, it would make logical sense, but maybe I'm just hoping for more baby animals running around on my farm. Next up are goats. Goats will produce goat milk that can be turned into goat cheese for a premium charge. These guys look super suave and smug to me. I love the different personalities that you can see in each animal type. Next are sheep. Sheep can be sheared for their wool every several days. So far, we've been shown 4 distinct stages of wool growth in the concept art. A bad mood for sheep in this case would slow down these stages of growth. Next are pigs. Pigs will sniff out valuables for you on your farm. They look so cute and so playful. I just love how this pig here is rolling around in the grass. There are also llamas in the game, however nothing specific has been revealed about them yet. It's likely that they will produce their own type of wool, but it's just speculation at this point. Last up in the barn dwelling category is the luwak, who will find you coffee beans around Coral Island, including rare, high-quality beans. The game developers have stated that their depiction of the luwak is intended to evoke the mutually beneficial relationship of early interactions between humans and the luwak, as they do not condone modern exploitative farming of these species. If you're curious to know more about the topic, essentially when a luwak consumes coffee beans, their digestive enzymes change the structure of proteins within the beans, which removes some of the acidity, making a smooth cup of coffee. So as this has gained global and tourism-based popularity, the poor animals have become frequently confined to cages on coffee plantations as tourist attractions, and sometimes fed nothing but coffee cherries to produce this special coffee. And yes, you are getting this right, they do harvest the digested coffee beans from the feces of the animal. And luwaks are supposed to have a much more balanced diet, so if all they're getting to eat is coffee cherries, it's so sad. But I'm very happy that the team is raising awareness around this harmful practice, as I personally had no prior knowledge of it before the game, so clearly it's working. It is raising that awareness. So moving on, next up are coop dwelling animals. They live in coops and if fed daily, mature poultry will usually produce one egg and sometimes a feather. So far, the confirmed coop dwellers include chickens, ducks, peafowls, and quails. That's essentially all we know about this family of critters right now, aside from the chickens being a huge meme on the Discord, and in some of their technical bugs, like this one here, where the chickens have decided that they feel like moonwalking, or this one, where the chickens decided that they also wanted to be merfolk and tried to live in the ocean. Overall, they give me hey hey from Moana energy, to be honest. It also looks like some of the other birds might be a little mischievous. It looks like they might want to follow you or even chase you around your farm. But again, I really like the emphasis on the animals having such exciting personalities. While we're on the topic of birds, there are seagulls in the game, as we can see in the trailer. The developer diaries have also noted crows in their programming, and we will have our very own trusty pigeon. As most mail on Coral Island is delivered by carrier birds, we will also have the option of acquiring and unlocking other birds to act as our mail carriers as we progress through the game. I also just noticed that Betty has some really beautiful looking birds on her outfit, and it seems that she likes to spend a lot of time outside, so I wonder if these species may also be in the game. Not only can you have a lively ranch of animals on your farm, but you can also have your very own pet as a companion. During the character customization portion of the game, you will select between a dog, a cat, a monkey, and a fox. The developers have alluded to further selection beyond these furry critters and have even mentioned lizards, so we'll have to wait and see what other pets we might be able to choose from. This starter pet will be gifted to you by your very first friend on Coral Island, which I think is just so sweet and heartwarming. I wonder if just anyone could be your first friend depending on how you play, or if there are a set number of NPCs who we will be guaranteed to interact with first in the storyline. And don't worry guys, you can pet your pet, so give it all the love in the world. We also have the very exciting opportunity to unlock a mythical pet. There are actually two ways to acquire said mythical pet. The first was to pledge at a certain tier during the official Kickstarter campaign, or to have added the pet as an add-on either during the Kickstarter or for a very limited time at the launch of the pre-order store. This unlocked two mythical pets. The first pet is confirmed to be a dragon, however the specific color of the dragon has yet to be finalized. The second mythical pet is still completely unknown, however both of these pets are completely exclusive to backers and can be accessed from the very beginning of your gameplay. If you missed out on the Kickstarter or the pre-order store, don't stress guys. You can still have your very own mythical pet on Coral Island. This is going to be end game content that you can unlock. We don't know what these mythical pets will be, but it has been said on the part of a developer that we should think miniature komodos or rhinos. I would love to see either of these options, but I also think that a phoenix or a mini unicorn would be so amazing. Let me know in the comments what sort of mythical pets you guys would like to see on Coral Island. You will actually be able to have two pets on your farm at once, which is amazing. The more the merrier. One standard pet and one mythical pet. You will be able to cycle or toggle between the available mythical pets, but not the standard pets, which are locked from the moment you adopt them. I think it's also very worth mentioning here that there was a pet designer pledge tier on Kickstarter. This reward unlocked the ability to help design one of the game's adoptable pets, and there was was a limit of 20 overall, which of course sold out. They limited 5 of each pet type in the categories of dogs, cats, monkeys, foxes, rabbits, and lizards. So it sounds like this means there will be an additional 20 pets that we can adopt in the beginning. I'm personally hoping to see some different dog breeds, as well as maybe a tortoise, but regardless, this is super exciting to know that we will have this sort of variety. Stairway Games also hosted a Twitter contest for the chance to have your pet featured as an in-game adoptable pet for all players. The chosen winner's pet was this sweet bunny named Copper, and based on the context of the entry, it does sound like Copper is no longer with us, so what an amazing way to commemorate a past furry family member. Just a fun fact is that the pets on Coral Island will be featured in a pet race festival, and there are several islanders who have their own pets. So far we know about Luke's family dog Taco, Frank and Erica's cats Peanut and Butter, which may be these 2 cats that we've seen in some artwork. I'm also wondering if this cat in the trailer is one of theirs. We also know that Macy has a blue lobster named Steven, which, by the way, Red and I discovered when recording the last episode of our podcast, Everything Coral Island, which I will link in the description, that the mutation making these lobsters blue occurs at a rarity of 1 in 200 million. Isn't that insane? I don't know how you end up with this rare of a critter in your possession. Okay, and that brings us to the fish of Coral Island. We will be able to fish on Coral Island. We can catch fish in rivers, lakes, ponds, and in the ocean. As we clear the island of pollution, we'll unlock more species to catch and perhaps cross lines with something legendary, whatever that means. I'm assuming something rare. Several freshwater and saltwater fish types can only be caught during specific seasons, times, weather, and locations. So for example, at a summer dawn or during a rainy winter. But there are said to be over 60 species to catch. Freshwater fish include the giant snakehead, the catfish, the goldfish, tilapia, and the lohan. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing that one. These saltwater fish include the frogfish, the yellowtail, a barramundi, a pink snapper, a swordfish, and a sturgeon. Other types include the king red arowana and the pufferfish. It seems that we can actually also catch starfish, squid, and crabs, but honestly the crabs look way too friendly and cute for me to capture. Also, in Jim's bio, it is noted that he spends many of his days making killer smoked salmon, so we can assume that salmon will be a catchable fish in this game. I'm also wondering about this artwork of Theo. This fish almost looks like a giant trevally. I only know of this because of Animal Crossing. It taught me many fish types, okay? Especially that pesky sea bass. But of course, this is just a guess, and this artwork doesn't even definitively mean the fish will be in the game, but it could be. Underwater, so far we've seen jellyfish and a sea turtle in the trailer. However, according to the developer diaries, there will also be baby turtles. Oh my gosh, show them to me now. By the way, just a fun fact about me is that although I love all animals, sea turtles are my number one. And then I also wonder if there will be whale sharks and stingrays based on this merfolk art. Not only can we fish on Coral Island, bug catching was unlocked for one of the Kickstarter stretch goals. So pop your net in your backpack and get ready to catch some bugs, guys. Confirmed bug types so far include the firefly, atlas moth, the soldier beetle, the tarantula, the leaf beetle, the blue morpho butterfly, and honeybees. There will be apparently over 30 types in total. I'm really excited for this because I love bug catching in games, not in real life. I let them be in real life. Another unlocked stretch goal was the expanded museum. Because we reached this goal, we can actually display our bugs and our fish in 2 different wings of the museum, much like the beloved museum in Animal Crossing. I also want to briefly mention that this little guy here that I pointed out in my Everything You Missed in the Trailer video is actually a gopher. Well, at least I'm 99% sure. I initially identified it as a beaver just kind of off the top of my head, but then combing through the developer diaries, I noticed that they were working on a gopher pop-up animation around the time that they were preparing the trailer, so this would make sense. This inclusion definitely makes me wonder what other random animals we'll find around the island. We also can't forget the cute little frogs, both seen here and spotted in the trailer. And it has also been confirmed by developers that we will in fact have horses in this game. It was noted in a Twitter response, and they further stated that we will be able to ride the horses around the island. And last but not least, I also just wanted to briefly mention the confirmed creatures that we can encounter in the mines, which so far are the bat, the lava spider, and the lava bat. I also just wanted to cover a little bit more about the giants because I think that they're actually very relevant to this video topic. It's been stated that the kingdom of giants existed to cultivate the rich soil of Coral Island. Ruins around the island depict giants and what appear to be humans farming alongside one another. So the more I read about the giants, I really believe that they will be helping us on the farm and perhaps even with our ranching responsibilities. The developer diaries have noted giants can find barn or coop, open animal door and close door, and teaching giants how to take care of animals outside. This is all I could find so far, but it definitely almost confirms my suspicions. I just love the mental image of the giants taking care of our farm animals. I think that is just so sweet and special. Before I leave you all, we're gonna take a look at today's amazing fan art, which is this beautiful digital illustration created by Tanzy on Discord. Here we can see many of the adorable animals from Coral Island. Thank you so much for your beautiful art, Tanzy. I love seeing so many of the animals all in one scene. And there you have it, friends. That was a lot of information that we just covered. I hope you stuck around for it all. Thank you all so much for watching and for supporting me and my channel. Please comment below which pet you would love to have for your first playthrough and what sort of mythical pets you would like to see in the game. I love you guys, and until next time, take care.